Man, what is going on? What is going on, y'all?
We in there.
What's
We in
up? Oh, you had me concerned for a second. I was like, what happened?
there.
Nah. Never be concerned. Never be concerned. We good. We good. We locked in. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing?
I mean, let me give y'all a white word. Splendiferous.
Man, look
What if
at you.
what if white people felt like that was the wrong thing to say about them? What if they really didn't make up that word?
They got a problem with splendiferous. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what you want me to say?
Act like y'all got some sense. We got a guest today. We got a guest today. Y'all shout out to Bambata
Yeah.
from YK1K for joining us today. How you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on the show.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate you joining us. I rock a lot of your brand, man, and people always ask me where I get these hats from, these hoodies, these shorts. The shorts get I think the shorts get the most attention because you know what I'm saying, I be rocking the shorts, especially during the summertime. People want to know where I get the shorts, where I get the apparel from. Well, this is the man behind that brand right here. So that's why we want to have him on the show, just to let you know a little bit more about his brand, but also he does a lot more stuff too, man. So we're gonna get into that and we're gonna let you know who this brother is and what he's doing. That's beyond the brand, put it that way. So we appreciate him tapping in with us. But before we get going, y'all know we gotta make sure our people good. So Bambata, how you doing today? Mentally, physically, emotionally, you good?
And I'm doing pretty good. I was just telling my lady earlier that I feel like I'm in my own lane in my life right now, that I pretty much control everything. You know, I dictate everything that's going on in my life. So I'm feeling pretty good with that being said.
Man,
True entrepreneur.
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely a blessing to be able to do that. Trisha Michelle, how you feeling today? Mentally, physically, emotionally, you good?
Look, see, you're already laughing because you know. So I just moved, but so I'm going through the unpacking and all that. I'm stressed, but I'm blessed. That's what I could say. That sums everything up because I'm thankful. But yeah, I'm
Well,
good.
you know, unpacking is a part of life in general. You know what I'm saying? We make
That's
moves physically and you know what I'm saying, spiritually in life. We travel. So sometimes we get heavy and we need to unpack, and we move to a new spot and we need to unpack. So you know what I'm saying, you unpacking, but hey, you at a new spot, new start, get that thing cracking. Let's get it.
yes, sir. I like how you put that.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah. All right, Benji Banks, the man, the brand. Talk to us, man. How you feeling today?
I'm doing good, man. I ain't got no complaints. This month at the shop, man, we got our Mother's Day. I call it Mother's May. You know what I'm saying? So the entire month of May, we roll out discounts for the ladies on every product in the store, all that type of stuff, right? And man, ladies, y'all be pulling up. Y'all be spending money with your boy, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cooler than the fan. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, I just see, don't be ashamed when you walk in the shop and you see a dude in there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got, I got your back. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be all right. I know you come in there with your bonnets and you know what I'm saying, your hair, one side done, one side ain't, but I got your back. I ain't gonna tell
They go to the grocery store like that. They all right.
It'd be hilarious, man, but it's all good. Listen, I grew up with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Moms, aunts, you know what I'm saying? So y'all straight with me. Y'all straight. Y'all just keep on spending that bread, and I got you on them limited edition discounts. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, we straight, no complaints. God keeps opening doors, so I'm grateful for that.
For sure, for sure, for sure. Well, let's get into this a little bit, man. Let me tell y'all a quick story before we get going, man. I've been trying to link up with this brother for a minute to do an interview, and we just couldn't get the scheduling together. So I ordered a pair of shorts, right? Now these shorts don't come out all the time. They Paul Quinn college shorts. Shout out to my alma mater, Paul Quinn. And I went to the shop to pick them up. This brother is actually in his shop, y'all. He's actually there when you go pick up stuff. So you know what I'm saying. You can tell he's really about the people. So when I went to pick up my shorts, he was actually in there, and I started having a conversation with him. And then you know what I'm saying, jogged his memory a little bit about me asking him about the interview before. And this brother was so dedicated to it. He said, you know what? Let's cut to the chase. What y'all got Tuesday? And I was like, hey, we can put you on Tuesday. So he was like, let's make it happen. And he's here, y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate that. We appreciate him for making time for us. And you know what I'm saying? Just cutting to the chase. He was like, man, get me on Tuesday if you could do it Tuesday. So we was like, yeah, let's make it happen. And we here. So we appreciate him. But before we get going, I also want to show a clip to, you know what I'm saying, from another podcast, and we support all podcasts and we support all content creators. So we ain't hating over here. We show love. I just wanted to show a quick clip, show some of his products, and then we can get into the questions. So hold on just a second. Let me show you this clip.
Opportunity is worth more than money, bro. That's what people gotta understand. It ain't about no money. Get that money out your head, bro. It's about the opportunity. If somebody give you opportunity, bro, take it.
Thanks.
You never know where it's gonna lead you, because my money ain't your money.
Mm-hmm.
And your money ain't my money, but the opportunity is an opportunity that we can both learn.
Yes.
And it could put you in a different situation than a dollar could ever do, because money don't matter, bro.
Now that's profound. A lot of people don't understand that, but we talked about that many times on the show before. And I was always talking about my mentors. Don't look for opportunities to always have a check attached to them. Sometimes your greatest opportunities don't have a check attached to them, but it's the relationships that you build. It's the opportunities that are provided to you that can be a blessing later on. So sometimes you you got to look past what kind of money can I make off of this, because as they say, all money ain't good money. So sometimes you just have to take that opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, to make that connection and that networking opportunity. And that's what that brother was just talking about on that clip. So, but before we get going, I just got to brag on myself for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like I really buy the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't really just be talking to people and be talking about it. Like you see the hat on my head, that's his hat. You see all these hats, you see the stack of hats, and you see these hats I be wearing on episodes, all these hats are his brand. Like I really do this. Like I really have the hat. So it's not just like I'm talking about it. Like, I actually had that. Like this hoodie is his brand too. So we really support him. My sons really love the brand as well. So, you know what I'm saying? We really rocking with him, man. And of course, he's from Oak Cliff, Texas. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you support the man that's in the hood that you from. So, you know what I'm saying? But Bambaataa, can you tell us who you are? Tell us about your name and tell us about your background, where you from.
All right. So my name is Bambaataa Tyehimba. My name means what was lost on the battlefield can only be regained on the battlefield. I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I lived in Atlanta for 9 years from kindergarten to 6th grade, and I moved back to Dallas and I finished my school. I grew up in a Pan-African Connection bookstore where my parents, they sell African clothes, art, jewelry, soap, shea butter, books, everything. So I pretty much grew up in a business. And now I have my own business where I kind of do the same thing, where I sell clothes, art, and I'm just spreading the culture across the globe, man. So it's kind of one of them things where I was born into it. Unconsciously, I didn't realize it, but you know, it's in me. You know, it's in me to be an entrepreneur, to run a business, to deal with my people, and to just lead the people as well.
Man, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, because that's definitely interesting. Because I can't lie to you, when I saw your name, you know, I've seen some of your other content that you were on, other interviews, and you talked about the meaning behind your name. And when people see Bambaataa, of course, if you were born in the 80s like I was, the first person you think about is Africa Bambaataa. Right. But you also told a story that I'd like for you to kind of tell, if you could, about where that name actually came from. Not the rapper, because people are associated with the rapper, but there's a story about real African Bambaataa. So can you tell them about that for a second?
Yeah, so African Bambaataa, he was a revolutionary back in 1906, and it's crazy. So I'm an Alpha. I'm a member of Alpha. So he fought the British in 1906, right? And that's the founding date of Alpha. So basically, African Bambaataa fought the British because the British were trying to tax the people of South Africa. And like I said, before they He won the battle, you know, and all that. Before they cut his head off, before they killed him, he said what was lost on the battlefield can only be regained on the battlefield. Basically meaning you can only go get back what you lost the same place you lost it. Like I can't go get a basketball game back playing 2K. I got to go back to that court and, you know, get the work in and make it happen. So it's just kind of how I live my life, man. I work hard and I get it out the mud. Like I never asked for no handout. I never asked for nobody to put me on, man. I just believe in working hard and treating people right, and then good things will happen.
That's dope, because coming from where we come from, when you get an inspiration from somebody, especially a clean inspiration, because you know, growing up in Oak Cliff, South Dallas, you know, the hoods, there's all types of things you can get into, right? Like some positive, a lot negative, right? Growing up in Oak Cliff, what really kind of drew you? What were your influences like that drew you to eventually be an entrepreneur? What were your influences like?
Man, I'm gonna tell you. So, you know, y'all from Dallas, man. So you know, Dallas is one of them cities where you got a lot of people who comfortable. They're not trying to, you know, push forward. So I lived in Atlanta where things were a lot faster when I was younger. So I was seeing things that people in Dallas wasn't seeing. So I was coming home every weekend because my parents had split custody. So I had to come spend every weekend in Dallas. So throughout the whole year, I was coming to Dallas every weekend. It was crazy. But I was seeing it's things in Dallas that Atlanta's already been doing. Like Dallas basically was late on a lot of things. So basically, I caught that trend, I caught that drift. And so I noticed in Dallas, you know, the fashion scene was cool. But I'm like, bro, I got all these resources. I know people in China, I know people in Africa. I can fly wherever I want to fly. Cause my mom, she retired from Delta Airlines. So my whole life, I was flying for free. So I was able to go to China for free, you know, and find manufacturers. So I kind of had like an advantage over, you know, my peers or people in my field in my age. So me and my brother back and forth to China when we was like 22, 23 years old. And you know, so one thing I can say that inspired me from the city of Dallas, I would say be the people, man. Dallas, people are fearless in Dallas. Like so that mentality also was embedded in me, just being fearless. Everywhere I went, I'm from Dallas, man. People kind of, oh, he from Dallas, like, you know, we ain't gonna mess with him. So it's like that mentality of just fearlessness and being able to get it out the mud and be unstoppable in a sense, because you know, you got people in Dallas. I looked up to certain people in Dallas, you know, people I went to school with. They would always seem fearless, and that's one thing that I admired out of my people in the city. Like, we are really some go-getters. But at the same time, we kind of behind, but we go getters though. We not how can I say this? We not afraid to go get it, but something we just don't know just because of the stuff around us. Like we in the South, so it's coming down. Like y'all in LA, so you see basically everything starts from New York and LA, and it comes down to Texas.
Yes,
so, the hop of, you know, get above that trend, man, you're gonna win. So that's one thing I peep, man, just that fearlessness and also that opportunity to you know, get in a lane that nobody else was in yet.
I learned that super early being in Dallas, that when we got our major stuff, my aunts would get it from New York or from Cali. Yep. So I totally feel you. Yeah, because we was coming up with stuff like, where you get that from? What this or that? And my folks was getting it from Cali. So considering Texas, you know, Dallas was behind a little bit. What made you push, like, you know what? I need to really do this. Like, I really need to start my own, make my own, create my own. What gave you that push?
Man, so I was in China, and this is when the Balenciagas was real hot. So I went to China, bro, and then we was in Guangzhou, basically the 98% market, where, you know, they sell the same shoe, but they're like 2% off, but they could basically pass as the real shoe. The same factory makes them. And I'm like, hey, these shoes are $100. Back home, they're $700. So I was basically selling shoes in China for like months. I wouldn't leave China. I stayed in China just selling Balenciaga sneakers back when they was hot. I don't know if y'all remember that time, but it's when Mason Margielas and Balenciaga. It's when Migos was like wearing all these Balenciagas and stuff. So they was hot. Everybody in Dallas wanted Balenciagas. So like I said, here in North Park in Dallas, it was like $900. But I was getting them in China for $100, sending them here, selling them for maybe about $400 or $500. So making about $300 per shoe. But once I realized I can sell a shoe, I said, "Oh man, it's over with. I'm about to figure out how to make all this stuff and sell it, because why would I go spend $900 when I could buy 9 pair of these shoes and sell them and basically make way more money?" And it's just about investment. So that's when I realized, man, when I went to China and seen the price, the real price, I said, "Nah, I'm not gonna be a consumer. I'm gonna be a producer, and I'm gonna figure out how to make everything that I wear and make stuff that people want, basically."
Okay, I like that. Dope. And let me ask this right off the rip: how did you come up with the name for your brand, man?
Man, crazy. So you guys might remember this, you might not, but Meek Mills, on his first album, he had a song called Young Kings. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was like, Young Kings, I've been riding with some Young Kings. So everybody was hip to Meek. And then at the time, Tyga had a brand called Last Kings. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah.
So he had a brand called Last Kings. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call my brand Young Kings on a play against Tyga, on some like trolling stuff. I'm younger. I ain't have a name, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I'm gonna call my brand Young Kings instead of being Last Kings. Let's call it Young Kings. So the inspiration from that Meek Mill song. And then, like I said, it was a play on Last Kings. We was kind of like, hey, we're going to compete with them. We're going to aim at this big brand and try to, create a little friction. But it never happened. They never heard of it. They ended up shutting down too, I believe.
Yeah.
And so basically, we got the 1K part. We used to always say, keep it 1,000, keep it 1K. This is when Kodak now was saying 1K. I don't know if y'all remember that. Yeah. But we ended up linking up with Kodak and everything. And basically, to shorten the name Young Kings Clothing, we called it YK1K, Young Kings 1000, just so we could be able to put it on more products and make it more marketable. So now the business is YK1K, and it's no longer Young Kings Clothing. So basically, I got my Instagram took maybe about a year ago. It was Young Kings Clothing. That's the one we had about 90,000 followers. And that got took because somebody was on my page hating, and I had time, and I kind of responded, and I said something I didn't need to say. So they got me for bullying and harassment. They took my whole page.
Dang.
But it was a blessing in disguise though, because like I said, I had that page for about 10 plus years. And like I said, my legal name was YK1K. So I said, I'm gonna start over. I have the clientele, I have all the customer data. Instagram, it's not gonna be a big deal. So therefore, I just started a whole new page as YK1K. So I closed that chapter of Young Kings Clothing to now I'm officially YK1K. So it was kind of hey, guys said, hey, you had that time. Now this next 10, 20 years, it's time to be YK1K and establish this as the brand.
And if you don't make the step, gotta make sure you make it. So
yeah, you can't question God. Like a lot of times stuff happens and we might panic, but sometimes we gotta sit back and just look at everything as it's not really a problem. It's just another solution that you got to come up with. So
for sure.
Learn a lesson for sure.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you that you brought up Tiger's brand and the fact that they went out of business. So y'all actually did win that war. y'all actually won that.
Right. Honestly.
Because y'all still rocking and they know where to be found. I mean, it's nothing, we're not trying to throw stones or nothing like that, but it's just the facts.
And the crazy part about it is, man, when you stand for something for real, like when you really stand for the Young Kings, the positivity and all that, it's gonna last longer than something called Last Kings, because at the end of the day, Last Kings kind of sound like the end.
That's a fact.
And Young Kings, I'm preaching, prosperity. New Kings coming every day. We preaching the youth. And we trying. That's all we really want to do, man. Is push the youth. That's all I want to do. Want to let all the young brothers know, hey, you're not gangsters, you're not niggas. You're not punks. You're not anything. They try to make you a king. And if thinking we had 1 million young brothers knew they was kings, that'd be powerful.
Yeah.
So that's the message, man. We want to let everybody know they're a king or a queen.
That's what's up. Go ahead, Benji.
No, I was gonna say, typically, you know, when you start a business, you kind of come in blind a little bit. Most entrepreneurs, but you had a great influence. You had your mom, your pop. You had a greater influence. What did it feel like in the beginning stages of creating that business? Because you had a lot of insight already off the top. Did it feel super comfortable for you that this is what I should be doing? Or was there at that age like I don't know, maybe? How did that go for you?
Man, so it was kind of like one of them things where I kind of seen the future. I was like, at the time I was maybe about 23, 24, and I kind of just stepped outside my body and I looked at myself when I'm like 30, my age now. And I was like, when I'm 31, do I want to look at my life and be like, hey, I didn't, give myself that chance of chasing my dreams? Because that'll be the biggest thing ever, man, that regret. And that's one thing I learned early in life, man. So I played football, was a quarterback at Carter High School and everything. And one thing that hurt me the most, man, I love football. I loved it. So I'll never forget, the coach's son played quarterback. So basically, long story short, the coach wanted his son to be the starter because it's his son. And I feel him. At this point, I feel him, looking back. And I kind of told coach, you know what, it's okay. I'll play safety and I'll let him play quarterback. But till this day, I regret that, man. That's one of the worst feelings ever, that just regret. So regret is something I try not to have. So if I have a feeling in my gut, I'm going to go with it. So like I said, I just wanted to chase my dreams, bro. I didn't want to have no regrets in my life. I want to, when it come down to it at the very end, I want to be like, I did it my way, whether I won, I lost, whether I made money, if I didn't make money, whether I accomplished my goals or not. I just wanted to say I lived this life my way. I didn't let any fears or doubts stop me from doing what I wanted to do. So it's tough though. It's tough having a business. Every day it's a struggle. Every day we putting out fires. It's not pretty. It look cool. Like I tell people all the time, you don't want to sell clothes. Like it ain't fun. It's one of them things where it's like it's the hardest thing to do because there's so many people selling clothes, not just other brands. You got Family Dollar, you got Walmart, you got the gas stations, you got Shein, you got so much competition. So it's very hard to do this. And I tell people all the time, like, you don't want to do this, but if you really got a passion for it, you can do it. Like even with all these little young guys that got brands, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. This is what they need to do. Instead of everybody having these individual brands, 50 of y'all come together. Y'all all got motion. Y'all take your money and put it all into one. Instead of having 50 different brands, have one power brand, But we preach that individualism in America where it's saying, I want to be the top. I want to be the biggest. But when we come together, we could be ginormous.
Right.
So that's what they pitching now in the clothing game. Like on TikTok, all you see is all these brands, everybody flashing money, cars, all this typical stuff. But they all look the same. All these TikTok brands, what I call it. Because 10 years ago, nobody was selling clothes. Now everybody's doing it, but they doing it in a flashy way. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm in Oak Cliff every day. I can't flash money on the internet.
Yeah.
I can't ride around in Lambos and flex like, hey man, I just did 100,000 this drop. Nah, y'all from Dallas, man. You got to be humble in the city.
You better be.
Not to be.
I ain't never been to Oak Cliff, but I seen some of Big Ken's videos and stuff that been posted on social media, and I was like, oh, okay.
You gotta be humble, man. So that's one thing I pride myself on, just doing it the humble way. And it's got me, it kept me in the game this long. So it's like I'm gonna keep it going. I'm not gonna ever flex on people. I'm not gonna ever talk shit or man, I'm gonna just stay humble and like I said, do what I love to do.
Man, that's it's interesting, man, because you can hear it. It oozes from you. You talked about the fact that you don't really want to sell clothes. You have to have that spirit. like that entrepreneur spirit. Because like there's days you're gonna go in, you're gonna make $5, $20. Then there's some days you're gonna make 800, 2,000. You get what I'm saying? So you really have in it, but you can hear it in your voice, bro. Like it's built in, like, and it's like I recognize it because I'm in that same space. And the same stories you talk about, like I was supposed to play quarterback. I was, small fella. But this kid named Michael Smith was like 6'3", and I was like, man, I ain't playing no football. I already know he getting the starting spot. And I live with that regret even to this day because I knew I was a built-in quarterback. But I was just short. I was just small, right? So, but when you have a determination, you have to go at it. And if that's in you, and when you go at it, you're going to succeed at it because you're fulfilling yourself at the end of the day.
Correct. I agree.
Yep. So talk to us a minute about why you're so passionate about clothing. Like, of all things that you could have chosen, you seem like you have the mentality of an entrepreneur as a whole, where it doesn't matter what product you're selling, you're gonna make it happen.
Right.
So why clothing?
Man, so I'm gonna give you a little story. So basically, my freshman year in college, February 15th, my pops passed. Like I'm in college, I get the call, hey, Daddy had a heart attack in his sleep. He gone. I'm 18 years old. So my pops, I'll never forget one of the last conversations I had with my pops. We was chilling at Keys Park. We used to run around the park every Sunday. And my pops told me, we sat in the car after I run, and we sitting down, we just talking. And my pops broke down in tears. And I'm like, my pops is a strong guy, man. Real tough, revolutionary brother, from Cleveland, Ohio. Very, very strong brother, the strongest man I ever met. So my pops just broke down in tears. And I'm like, Daddy, why are you crying? And it took him a while, but he said, son, I'm crying because I realized I can't finish this journey. You're going to have to finish it for me. And, your brothers and sisters, y'all going to have to finish this for me. And so that's kind of that life isn't just about me. It ain't just about anything. It's about passing that baton to the next generation. So at this point of my career, I realized it's not about the money. It's not about the clout. It's about inspiring the next generation to keep this battle going. So if I can inspire a group of young people to be business people, to have ownership, to do things their way, to play the game in the system, that'll make me proud to just spark that baton to keep it going. So that's kind of what it is, bro. I feel like it's not about me selling clothes, not about me doing anything other than keeping this revolution going, because they don't want us to sell clothes. Like the rooms I be in, they be surprised to see me. Like you got an SMU hat on. Like I'm the first black-owned brand that SMU has ever worked with, ever. Like 50 years ago, it wouldn't be possible, So stuff like that gives me the chills because like my granny picked cotton.
Right.
And now I'm selling the finest of cotton, so it's like a dream come true, honestly, bro. I'm living a dream, and every day is a movie. Like it's crazy, bro. So I'm just really blessed, man. I thank the ancestors. I thank all the support from everybody who supports the brand in any type of way. So it's really a dream come true.
And when he said the finest of cotton, y'all, he ain't lying, because this hoodie, like when I wear these hoodies and people feel the material these hoodies are made out of, they was like, oh man, that's real. Nah, this ain't no lightweight stuff. It's a real hoodie. I ain't gonna even lie though, low key. Hey, I got some Nike hoodies and some other brands. They ain't coming close. They ain't coming close to the quality of his clothing and his hats and all that stuff. Like the quality is impeccable. Like when y'all see these hats and these clothing items up close, and y'all see the stitch work and everything, everything is on point. And we're talking about heavyweight items. None of that light stuff. None of that stuff that's gonna blow away in the wind when you're walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? It's solid. It's solid quality work. So we appreciate that, brother.
Nah, that's one thing we try to pride ourselves on. Like we want to give people quality for a good price. And that's the one reason why we kind of still in the game now. Like even with the basketball shorts, I'm gonna tell y'all a crazy story about that. So y'all remember Just Done used to drop them basketball shorts way back,
Yep.
and they were charging about like $500 each. So it's a kind of another story how Dallas was a little behind. So basically, I peeped, Just Done it from Chicago. I peeped, oh, these Lakers shorts going viral. LeBron wore them. So I said, I never seen no Dallas high school basketball shorts. And instead of me charging $400, I'm gonna charge $40 or $50. So I'm gonna bring that same quality that people are paying $400 for down to a lower price and put it in a market that they are not, they haven't been seen ever. And so when I introduced them basketball shorts to the city, it went crazy. It went crazy, bro. So sometimes you gotta trust your intuition and go, because little plays could turn to big plays that could change your life. That's why you can't, if you got a feeling like, hey, I need to do this today, do it, because you never know how that can affect your journey. So I tell people all the time, man, if you got a feeling, go with it. Don't hesitate, because that one hesitation can be the reason why you don't get what you want to get in life. So you got an idea, man, run it.
That's very true, man.
You can hear the creativity in like your mind just be going wherever you at, and you just coming up with stuff, and that's also what you need to stay on top. It's like he sees something and sees that vision in something else, and then takes that and puts that into play.
Right.
And you talked about the high school shorts, and your apparel is everywhere across the metroplex, especially the high schools. And I've seen footage of you at different high school games. You know what I'm saying, with your apparel, with the hats, with the jackets, with the shorts. I've also seen you footage of you on college campuses, not just in the metroplex, like all over United States on college campuses with your apparel, man. So what's that's like to be able to basically go on tour with your clothing line and be able to sell out different places like that, man?
Man, it's powerful. So that's kind of the reason why I merged the college apparel in the YK1K, because I knew for a fact, man, people support their colleges. So if I could unconsciously make people support their colleges in my brand with the same, play, I'm gonna do it. And football is religious in the United States of America. So the fall is like a holiday. It's like a 4-month long holiday of football games. How often can you get 50,000 people together at thousands of different locations across the United States? Not often. So therefore, I said I have to integrate my brand with colleges and football and sports in general. So, man, it's dope, man. We done got to the point where we had about 3 different games every Saturday. So our whole, method is value, man. We're trying to be as many places as we can and get as much product off as possible and let as many people know about the brand as possible in a small amount of time. So that strategy really helped us out. And we started with the HBCUs, and now we're moving on to, PWIs. Like we got Louisiana State, LSU, we got SMU, we got University of Houston, University of North Texas. We're working on University of Texas. If we get University of Texas, it's over with.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be over with, So that's the type of business model we on, man. Just trying to elevate and meet different people, man. I just did a collaboration with the Dallas Stars hockey team down here in Dallas. I think we were the first Black-owned brand they work with. So I'm just trying to knock down a lot of doors for my people. So, like I said, I can inspire the next generation. My son, he's 8. He just seen me do a collab with Dallas Stars. I didn't see that as a child.
Right.
It wasn't possible, So I just want to inspire the next generation, man. I'm working on a collaboration with the Texas Rangers now, so that's going to be huge. Yeah. And like I said, I don't know how I'm getting in these doors. I don't know how it's happening, because it's like I asked them, I'm like, what make y'all want to do this? They be honest. They be like, hey, we need the younger demographics, the younger, hipper demographic. They be honest with me. And I'm like, yeah. And on my end, I'm pitching, hey, we need, in this community, like baseball is cool, but it's not cool at the same time. Like all we care about in this community is football, basketball.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. So if I can help shine light on hockey, baseball, that'd be great. But yeah, man, I've been blessed with opportunities like that, man. So like I said, it's all a dream. So I'm just living the dream right now.
That's dope, man. You mentioned that one of the companies, I believe you said it's Instacare, if I'm not mistaken. You're one of the first Black-owned brands to get in there. How does that process go about? Do they call you? Do you meet them at an event? How did that situation transpire, and how did that end up getting into your hands?
You say Instacare?
The hat brand, where you're the black-owned business with that company, correct?
Nah, I don't know Instacare.
Nah, you lost us with that one, bitch.
What's the name of the hat, Ken, you got on?
Oh, this SMU.
SMU.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nah,
Hey, forgive him. He's geriatric a little bit. He's
Yeah,
older.
sometimes.
He's older.
hey,
So,
you might have said something. I don't know. We might have to look into Instacare.
I mean,
Look,
you know what?
see, there goes mine. He like, wait, let me see.
I'm just saying. But my premise of my question is you being the black-owned brand that gets introduced to, let's say, Dallas Stars or whatever it may be, any type of professional sports or any type of retail where you're the you're the black-owned business that gets in that space. How does that transpire for you? How does that happen? How does those meetings get set up?
Man, it's really off networking. So the SMU is really, I just applied for the license. All my business was in order. I had my EIN number. I sent over a good marketing and business plan, and they accepted it. You know, I also put in there, hey, I'm a small black-owned business based out of Dallas, so that might have played a part as well. But man, honestly, I got the Dallas Stars play based off being set up at SMU. I met the owner's best friend. She bought a jacket from me. She showed the owner of the Dallas Stars. That's how I got that opportunity. The Texas Rangers, similar situation. One of their people who works for the Texas Rangers bought a jacket from me and took it back. So it's really all about just being at the right place at the right time and having your work speak for itself. Like I can't say much, but the work speak for itself. So it's like I could run a hella game. Like, hey, you need to have me work with you, blase, blase. But if the work don't speak, it's not gonna happen. You know, they're gonna look at me like, oh, you just somebody who got some nice stuff, but the quality, like, you can't deny it.
Yeah.
So we did the collab, the Dallas Stars. I think our jacket sold out in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it was like, this the fastest any product ever sold out. But stuff like that, man, it's really networking. Like, it's not me having the dopest stuff. Like, I'm not a designer. I don't have an art degree or anything like that, bro. So I tell people all the time, bro, it's just about quality, networking, and just being persistent, because you can have the dopest design, nobody will ever see it. Or it won't even matter. It won't mean nothing. You can have the craziest design on a shirt, but it don't mean nothing. So therefore, I will. Like, look at Nike. Nike puts a check on everything, and it holds so much weight just because of the work Nike has put in. It's well respected. More so, if you put a crazy design on a shirt, it look way better than a Nike shirt, but you ain't laid down that foundation for your brand, so therefore it doesn't hold the same amount of weight. So I tell people all the time, man, build your foundation, whatever you're doing, business wise, build a foundation, because that foundation is what you're gonna have to stand on, and it's gonna give you that longevity that you want with your business.
And that was the premise of my question, because I heard you mention that you're at the high schools, you're at the colleges, and you're there, and you're at 3 different colleges, and you're here and there. That networking space, that's just a drive. Would you say that that's just a drive to push your brand? Would you say that that's missing from a lot of young cats hustle today? Or do you feel you stand alone or stand out when you're in those networking spaces?
Yeah, you got to network. You can't be afraid to push your brand. Like, a lot of people, they be trying to be too cool. You know, you can't be cool trying to run a business. You got to look goofy. You got to look lame. Like, people used to laugh at me, man. You sell clothes. You sell clothes, man. That's beneath me. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone, because people don't know, man. You can make a good living by selling clothes. You know, like, you got brands that make millions and millions a month. So it's like, that's better than, playing in the NBA. Some NBA players don't make, millions and millions, you know what I'm saying? Even football. So it's like, I always wanted to make it to the league, now I'm in the league in different ways. So it's like I might not be out there sweating and playing ball, but hey, I'm making merch for the teams in the league. So in a sense, I made it to the professional round. I play, my merch have been worn by the Baltimore Ravens. I made windbreakers for the whole Ravens team back in like 2018. So it's just like it's different ways to get to these arenas, man. You ain't gotta put on a uniform, but yeah. So to answer your question, man, the question, what was you asking again?
The drive, the market part, because I know a lot of young cats, and I know a lot of people that have a brand, but they don't. Their hustle is not in it. Man. It's like did it just because, it's like a side, gig.
Man, you got to be relentless. You got to really have faith that, hey, it might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, it might not happen in the next 3 years. Like I said, I've been going for about 12 years.
Right.
And it just started making sense like 3 years ago. Like, you're going to invest everything, bro, your time, your money. You're going to sacrifice everything. You can't have a regular life when you chasing your dreams. You got to lose a lot of things, bro. Like, I hate being on the road. That's one of the worst things ever on the road when you in them little towns away from your family. Like, just picture being in the middle of Mississippi, middle of nowhere. And you got done selling clothes. You sitting in some little hotel, just waiting to wake up and do it again. Like, that stuff's cool. But it's like, bro, you miss them times with your family, your kids, your parents. Like, so it's a real deal sacrifice. So it's like, you got to really take it serious. Don't just be out there doing it to be cool. Like I said, it's probably my last year on the road. I'm trying to get it to where my business is fully online. Like, I'm making enough money online to where I ain't got to go nowhere or at least me physically don't have to go nowhere. I can send a team, but I'm trying to get my business to a certain point to where it's strong. But you got to put the groundwork in. It ain't gonna just happen because you want it to. You got to hit the road. You got to talk to people, real people, and build real relationships, because they just say I never would have hit the road. I would have never met the guy, the star's best friend, or stuff like that. So it's like it's a gamble, bro, but it's worth it though if you make it make sense.
No, that's true. Because like I said, I know people who will start a business and they just got it and they quit within the first 6 months. They don't really put no footwork behind it. You know what I mean? When you're in those spaces, you have to be determined. I like what you said. You got to look goofy sometimes representing your own brand. You got to get out there and sell it out the trunk of your car when it's in the infancy stage. I think of cats like Master P who sold CDs out the trunk of his car. And I'm sure people laughed at him. You get what I'm saying? Right. Or why, you selling, but now the fruit of what you put together is now showing. But that all comes from determination.
Yep.
You gotta wear your own brand too. So be your own walking billboard. That's another thing. Like, you see these young cats and they got clothing lines, but you wouldn't even know because it's on my Instagram, or here, let me show you this. But it's like, let me see it on you. I have a friend who's different. He own brand, and that's all he wears. He don't wear nothing else, head to toe. He wears his whole brand. So yeah, you got to.
Yeah, I think it's false advertisement. Let's just say you have a brand, but hey, you're going to buy Balenciaga, you're going to buy Dior. It's false advertisement. It's like, you taking my money and you going to cash out on all this European stuff, but I'm shopping with you. So it's kind of, if you do have a brand, you gotta wear your own brand. Other than that, you're not really in it. Like, you just doing it just to go look like the next person instead of being you. So I think that's what most brands gotta do. You gotta really be in this, man. If you really gonna be successful. Other than that, if you just here to make a quick little buck, cool. But I'm trying to be remembered. Like I said, I want to be remembered. YK1K, I want it to be a household name and to be remembered as one of the top brands ever. So, like I said, a lot of work has to be done, and I'm aware of that. So I'm willing to put the work in to make it happen.
I dig that.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, and then we'll start wrapping it up, because you say you've been in business 12 years, right? So that means that you had to go through the pandemic.
Yep.
And a lot of businesses suffered and a lot of businesses grew during the pandemic. So how did the pandemic affect your business?
Man, crazy story. The pandemic changed my life. So during the pandemic, my parents' shop, we had to shut down. So I had to go get a job. So I went to Dr. Pepper, bro. Craziest thing ever. I went to work at Dr. Pepper making soda. You know, I was making these sodas that everybody loved. Dr. Pepper, 7-Up, Monster. You know, so I'm back there studying everything that goes into soda, you know, and just seeing the process of packaging it up, distributing it, everything. And one thing that changed my life while I was working at Dr. Pepper, I realized Dr. Pepper doesn't just sell Dr. Pepper. They sell so many different products in this warehouse. They selling coffee, they selling everything, bro. And so that business model went into my mind. I said, hey, I just can't sell YK 1K. I got to get these licenses with these schools. I have to sell different products. I have to have so much up under one umbrella in order to be successful. And also people was getting their stimulus checks. So I said, hey, everybody finna have some money. Everybody finna have some money. So guess what our people gonna do? Our consumer mindset is gonna say, hey, we gotta spend it. So like I said, I took everything I had, all the money I had, I invested in the merchandise. And I made sure while everything was shut down, while it was so hard to get stuff, people on their phones buying stuff online, I said, I'm gonna make sure I got these products on this website while people are, you know, it's an influx of money in the economy. So while people out here blowing it, I'm catching it.
Right.
And I'm putting it right back into the business. So while everybody else getting the money and spending it, I'm constantly putting right back into the business and I'm growing my business. So during COVID, I went crazy just by that phones, you know, and by taking advantage of people having these stimulus checks and everything else like that. And like I said, working at Dr. Pepper expanded my brain. It really turned me up. Like I was there making $17 an hour. And in my mind, I was like, hey, if I could sell 3 pair of shorts today, I can basically make what I would make here in 8 hours. So once I started making at least $300 a day, I quit Dr. Pepper and I said, you know, I'm gonna go all in. So it was kind of a humbling experience, bro. Like going back to that 9-to-5 factory mindset. Like it's crazy. It was old cats there, like, yeah, man, I've been here 27 years. If you stay down, you could be here too. And I'm just like, bro, I couldn't do 27 years here, bro.
That's the when you got that entrepreneur mindset, that's depressing to hear.
And I'm like, yo, you guys here overnight, your wives at the house, like, you know what I'm saying? I just couldn't do it, man. I just couldn't do it, bro. So I was like, man, I gotta enjoy this experience, learn everything I can, and get up out of there. And they hated on me too, man. They, you know, when they know you're an entrepreneur working at a job like that, bro, they just know he ain't gonna be here long. So they feel like I'm taking away from somebody else's opportunity. So they used to like be like, man, if you ain't gonna be here for 20 years, man, we don't need you here. They used to treat me bad. But
it's cold.
and I was a young guy too, so you know how it is. A young black dude working at Dr. Pepper, they thinking, oh, this nigga think he got it going on, blah, blah, blah.
But then they probably feel like you're not invested, you're not helping out the department, you're not really, you know, you're not putting in the work. Like
they treated me bad. And the crazy part is my old supervisors, they come in the shop all the time, man. They be like, bro, you did it. Like you took a chance on yourself and you did it. I'm like, yeah, I had to, you know, it's in me, you know what I'm saying? So COVID was a wild time and I learned a lot. And man, it was a great time, man. But unfortunately, we did lose a lot of people to COVID. That's one thing I didn't like about it. Yeah. You know, it was kind of that sad part, man. But COVID was cool, man. COVID was a good time.
That's crazy because COVID taught a lot of us, you know what? If this is all I got, I ain't got much of anything.
Right.
Man.
And when you hit as an entrepreneur, when you hit that thought process, instantly your entrepreneur spirit kicks in and you like, I could do that. Cause I started my wine business through during COVID. I started my shirt brand and my own brand. I didn't know what I was going to be doing with my brand. I just saw my name and I was like, I need to create my own. And now that's like what I wear, what I do. And that whole situation is just crazy how it will literally change your thought process when you're around people who don't see it like you see it.
Yeah, that's what made me realize everything is really mental. It's all about how you view things through your mind, because that's all we really have. Like,
Right.
everything starts right here. So if you limit yourself to only doing a certain thing or living a certain type of lifestyle, it'll keep you there. But if you open up your mind to all type of different possibilities, it's almost limitless what you can do. And that's one thing I always learn. Like, I love learning new things. Like, I'm always trying to learn. Like, I ask a lot of questions. So anytime I'm around somebody, I'm asking all type of questions. Like, if you say you went to high school in Alabama, I'm asking, oh, what color was the high school colors? Was your football team good, or what's the mascot? Like, I'm just kind of weird like that. Like, I always wanted to know more about
Right.
everything. So I'm breaking down, like, even all my customers come in the shop, I'm asking them, how was Dallas back in the 90s? How was Dallas back in the 80s? Like, what happened at Carter in the 80s and the 90s? Like, I'm just that type of weird person, because I love history. And what people don't know, history repeats itself. So if you could tell me some
Yeah.
information that might have been great, or some great information back then, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take it, recycle it, and apply it to my life today, you know, and it could somehow, some way help me or help my people and what we're doing. So I always ask questions, and I always want to know about everything. Like, even you, what type of business you got, Benji?
Man, we got a beauty supply shop. We got our own counseling,
That's dope.
on wine brand, man. You name it, man.
Man, that inspires me.
Right.
Like, that
'Cause
inspires me, bro. Like, what you just said, you don't know. I'm taking notes. So you was like, it's Mother's Day coming up. You about to do some sales. In my mind, I'm like, I need to do the same thing.
And
so
it's women that's into sports.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I went to the site and I'm like,
man.
immediately told Big Ken I got to put an order in.
Women are like 60% of my customers.
right.
Oh yeah, we like the shop.
They buy for themselves, buy for their kids, buy for their
Mhm.
husbands or whatever, their boyfriends, whatever you want to say. But yeah, you open up my mind, like, shoot, I don't like doing sales, but
Well,
hey,
this is crazy. This is what we did. So it's May is we bought the business in April. And so sales were going so good the first month that we bought the business. I was like, yo, we got to give back to a degree,
uh,
because women come in, they already going to pull up on us because it's Mother's Day. So they're going to want their wigs. They're going to want their hair. They're going to want their this. They're going to want their that. So in my mind, all I thought of was, how can I increase the sale? Because I like the sale, but how can I increase the sale? How can I get more people faces in this space? And guess that's through women. They're going to pull up. So now the women advertise for me. Oh, he's giving out a discount for the entire month of May. And it's just a 10% discount. It ain't like I'm, bleeding, you know what I'm saying, for doing it. And the thought at that time, I came up with it, instead of just saying Mother's Day, why don't we just call it Mother's May? And the entire month of May, ladies, come in. If you're buying something for your mom or whatever, and that May has, to this day, has been our biggest month sales wise,
wow.
last year and from this year, because it's just who ain't gonna do something for their mama? You get what I'm saying?
That's true. But you got to think about it too. Now, if you did it just say Mother's Day weekend, not everybody's hair appointments is happening on Mother's Day weekend. They were going to get their hair done either before, or the gift is your hair, your bundles, or whatever. So making it throughout May, then now they can go make that appointment, whatever they can go stop in, whatever the credit is they got for the gift or the appointments that's coming up leading up to. You didn't isolate yourself into just that weekend, because hair appointments ain't always going to be on the weekend. As the hairstylist, I want to be free on Mother's Day too sometimes. So I want to do your hair all before that. So that's why it's also good for you.
And the interesting part is that, and you would know this, Patricia, because we didn't have the braid and the hair and the locks and the haircut system set up in there when we first got there.
Mm-hmm.
May is what triggered that, because so many women were coming in buying all of this hair, and I'm like, they about to drive to LA and they about to drive here to go get their hair done. So I was like, oh no, we need to set this up in the corner. And now over in this area where I have it, they don't have to go all over the place. And that's what takes our sales up again even more, because it's just that thought. But you got to be in that space and you got to see it for yourself. And if you have that entrepreneur mindset, for me, once that creativity hits, once that light bulb turns on, that's like life to me. Because now I see something that, oh, we can work that, we can put that together, oh, we can do that. And that to me, that it's like that, it gives me this life to be able to put something together and then see it come to fruition and then see it scale. That to me is dope. And that's what I love more about the entrepreneur spirit above anything else.
I agree. But yeah, I just want to let you know I was taking notes from you, big bro. So
it's all good, man. Trust me, I'm taking notes from you too. Because trust me, your website is dope. Went on that joint, and we definitely will be supporting, putting effort into that. And like I said, man, I'm an open book, man. Like, I ain't no gatekeeper. I'm the type of cat, man. I get joy out of seeing people around me succeed. So I'm going to push them. If I got something dope to say, or I have an idea that's going to make something work, I'm going to share it with you. But you're going to see, one thing you're going to see me do is I'm going to put it together and I'm going to make it work. So if those type of people are around me, I guarantee you we're going to make some good money. We're going to make a lot of good people happy. So
do you got some connections in LA?
All over the place, man.
I want to push the brand out there in LA somehow, some way, maybe, implement it slowly, but surely.
Let's do something, definitely. Because you in California, man, it's money to be made out here on a day-to-day basis. So definitely, man, if that's something you want to do, I could definitely share your information with a few people and have them hit you up. That would be dope too.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So Bambaataa, what's your ultimate goal with this brand, man? Like you said, 10, 20, 30 years from now, you know what I'm saying? I know you said you wanted it to be a household name, but is that the ultimate goal, or is there something else on top of that? Like, if you could pick anything that's a tippity top, like the biggest thing you could do with the brand, like, what is that?
And I want to build a crazy infrastructure of, like, a school, athletic facility, like education. I want to really make a resource center out of the brand. Like, just use the brand as the foundation to make something bigger. Like I said, I want to inspire people, bro. If I can inspire people without selling clothes, that'll be cool. Like, just the clothes is the transactional part, but I just want to inspire the people, bro. I think like that'll be the greatest gift that the brand could give people, man. Like, inspire the youth, and as well as inspire just people in general, not just black people, all types of people, everybody. Because in the day, I'm in Oak Cliff every day. I'm in the trenches every day. I'm in the trenches right now. Like, bro, we need inspiration. We need leadership. We need education, bro. We don't need cell phones and all this bull crap they give us. We need real deal resources, because our people are spiraling downhill, bro. I see it every day, all day, and it hurts me. It hurts me to see these, but it's not because we want to, it's because the stuff around us, the environment, like, we don't know no better. All we see is fried chicken. All we see is drugs. All we see is, low level bull crap. So if we can definitely like build the brand up to where we could have our own like facility where we educate people and just push people to a higher level, that'll be one of my lifelong goals. But one of my goals for my lifetime is to buy a shopping center. So, like, I tried to buy Glendale, but they wouldn't let me buy it. But one of my lifelong goals, man, to buy a shopping center for my family to pass it on to the next generation. So that's one thing I'm working on right now. So I just gotta, get to that point. But that's one of my goals, and I'm gonna make it happen.
That's what's up, man. So before we wrap up, man, is there anything inspirational or motivational you want to leave with the people? And then also let them know where to find you at and how to shop with you.
Man, if anything, I tell people this all the time, and I think this the most important thing that you can do is be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself, because it's only one you. They didn't make two Bambaatahs, they made one. So be yourself and don't be worried about fitting in. And I always help people, man. Like, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. You know, so if everybody just be themselves and help each other out, the world will be a way better place, more so than everybody trying to be like the next person and trying to hurt the next person. Like it's just too much of a individualist mentality, man. We need to be yourself but help each other out at the same time. Like you telling me some good information ain't gonna hurt you, you know. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes you might have to make people pay for stuff, but that's only if they want to, you know, if you want to be on that. But at the end of the day, it's all about just helping each other out, man. Helping, supporting each other. Like, if everybody support, like, I have a black-owned brand, bro. Like, right now, my shop is empty, you know, but you go to North Park Mall, it's flooded. So we need to support our businesses. Like, it don't make sense that every Saturday we wake up and go run to Foot Locker and go buy some J's. It don't make sense. If every black man in Dallas, Texas took $200 a week and put it in one pot, that'll be probably about $1 million a week. And we invest that into, you know, education or something like that, bro. That would change the demographics of our people forever. But we so programmed, we wake up every Saturday, I'm gonna go buy these J's that the next man get. Like, we're gonna look like twins, but it's like that $200 gone. Jordan ain't building those schools in Oak Cliff. He won't ever. Jordan ain't feeding the people in Oak Cliff. He won't ever do it. So we gotta wake up, man. It's a war going on. If we don't wake up, we're gonna get wiped out. And that's the real deal, Holyfield, man. It's a real war going on, and it ain't on the internet. It's going on right here in these streets, bro, because time go by fast. They got a 100-year plan set up, you know, and if we ain't working towards our own 100-year plan, bro, we're gonna get wiped off in 100. It ain't gonna be no, hey, man, we gotta wake up. Basically what I'm trying to say, because in 100 years we could be here or we could be here, and all them J's ain't gonna matter in 100 years. They're gonna be obsolete.
Facts.
We gotta wake up.
That's a fact, man. We appreciate you for coming through, dropping knowledge on us and telling us about your story, your journey, man. And before we leave, we gotta make sure the people know how to shop with you, man.
Okay.
Tell them your tell them your website, your IG, all that information, so they'll know where to find you.
Man, so the easiest way to shop is on our website. Is YK1KLLC.com. Our Instagram is YK1KLLC, and then also you come shop in person in the Glendale Shopping Center in Dallas, Texas at 4466 South Marcellus 75216. So, or you can reach out to me. However we got to get y'all some merch, just hit me up. But yeah, I love my people, man. I appreciate everybody's love and support. And man, I couldn't do it without y'all. Every single dollar goes towards the dream. Like, that's one thing I pride myself on, man. I'm not out here trying to go make stupid investments, doing all that. Don't get me wrong, I live life, but man, if we make some money, I'm trying to see how can we put it right back into the brand, or how can we build something? How can we give back? It's always a saying, man, how you a king, but you take and you never give, you know? So as kings and queens, we got to give, you know, a lot. We got to give a lot, man, and it'll come back in return. So I always give back.
That's what's up. And y'all, I put the link to his website in the chat and in the comments. So if y'all scroll up, y'all be able to see the link to the website. So go ahead, go to the website, check him out, buy something, because I know you're gonna see something you like. And again, man, we appreciate you for coming through and blessing us, man, with your presence, man, with your ideas, with your knowledge, and with the overall history of how you became who you are today. So hopefully it inspires people, man, and gives people something to look at and something to reach for and motivate them, man, because just like you said, we definitely need it in the community. So, man, again, man, we appreciate you, man.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate y'all, man, taking time out y'all lives, man. I'm sure y'all could have interviewed anybody, you know, so I appreciate the opportunity. Honestly, man, it was definitely a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
For real. Well, we appreciate you, man. We're gonna go ahead and let you get back to your life, man, and we will be in touch, and we're gonna send people to that website to run it up.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
All right.
All right, man. So like I've been telling y'all, man, like I really wear that brand. I really rock with that young brother, man. And his family's dope. His mom has been around Oak Cliff for years. She owns the Pan African Connection shop. Great books, great art, artifacts, great knowledge. She's an amazing person, very very kind, very very gentle spirit. You know, when you see her, just overall good people, man. So you know, when you go into the shop that he shares with his mom, she's at the front and she's greeting you and smiles, and you know what I'm saying, it just make you feel good when you walk in there, man. So you know, like I said, y'all go to the website, buy some. If you're in the city, if you're in Dallas, man, go over there to Glendale, you know what I'm saying, and go into the shop, man, and go pick something up, man. Go shop. Not only shop with him, but shop with his mom too. She got some dope stuff in there too. So yeah, man. So I'm happy we was able to get him on, and
yeah, for sure.
We got some great guests coming on too. You know what I'm saying, in the next few episodes. We ain't gonna spoil it for y'all. We're gonna let y'all
y'all gotta make sure y'all subscribe and following and stuff, because that you're gonna know what's coming up. That's how you know.
Yeah, for sure. But again, man, I'm thankful we were able to get him on, because I've been trying to get that young brother on. And you know, when you have somebody like that that's that young, that's in tune with the fashion piece of it, but not only that, but in tune with who he is and his people, that's very dope to have that aspect, because quite honestly, not a lot of these young dudes are in tune with themselves like that, man. So you know what I'm saying, that's very very dope. But before we get up out of here, Trish Michelle, talk to the people, let them know something before we get up out of here.
I'll tell you what my grandma used to say. You have all the money in the world, and all the stuff in the world, but it don't matter. You can't take that with you when you die. So make sure your life has a purpose. Do something with some type of substance and foundation in it. So find something, like he was talking about them Jordans going to go get every Saturday. It made me think of that statement when he was saying it, just because it's pointless later down the line. It's okay. I'm not saying you can't go look nice, but what the people that are just spending their last dollar, and they're willing to just risk it all for whatever it is to look cool, be cool. Like, yeah, there's so much more to life. So that's all I can say there. Find your purpose. And you can find me everywhere. Trisha Michelle _TM. Of course, Fire Session. Follow them. You follow me. That's where you'll find me. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, don't be that guy with J's on the bus stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, it happens. Your car broke down or something, whatever. But like, if you got a closet with probably $3,000, $5,000 worth of J's or shoes in there, and you don't have a car, the car is right there in your closet.
Yeah, I said that your transportation is on your feet.
Man, like, yeah.
But yeah, man, like I said, we ain't talking down on nobody. Do what you do, but just make sure that you have a purpose for everything that you do. Enjoy life, you know what I'm saying, and be fly, you know what I'm saying, with it, but within reason. Don't spend your last dollar on some shoes or on something or on people that don't, you know, pour back into you and what you're about. So, you know what I'm saying? That's dope. That's dope. We appreciate you, Trisha Michelle, for those kind words. And y'all go follow her on social media. Benji Banks, the man, the brand. Talk to the people.
Forehead.
See, that's why I watch when my people come after you.
It's all right. And hopefully they're going to find me at my shop. They're going to put, it's nice in here. And they're going to buy something.
And they're going to slap you with a pack of braid hair.
Now, I saw this story today, and it was actually kind of inspiring. Nate Robinson finally got his kidney. So I thought that was a super dope story, because those of you who know, he's been dealing with that for quite some time. And to finally find a match and for him to get that done was super dope. So shout out to the people out there, man, that are making a positive impact, doing things, you know what I'm saying, out of the ordinary, so to speak, and just doing good stuff. So, but I dig that, brother, man. You know, when you're an entrepreneur, you can just hear it in the voice. And when people get to talk, it's like you draw this inspiration from them. And I know I'm older than him, but he said something about he loves to learn. He loves history. And that always resonates, because it doesn't matter what age you are. If you love to learn, you can learn from anybody, man. And if your brain and your mind is open and you're not closed-minded and closed, hearted, you can literally look and see something that could be totally beneficial to your life. So shout out to him. We're definitely going to purchase something from his website and support him. And man, I literally don't have any complaints, man. I was thinking of something, and I'm amazed at the doors God keeps opening. And God promised me this once I got back in position. These things are going to happen. And I share them with my wife all the time. Before we actually got together, I told her, I said, you know what? All we're going to have to do is walk this process out. And every door, I promise you, that we want or we're desiring is going to be open. And I kid you not, it's this 3-year run. Every door we could imagine has been open. I know it's not done yet. So, but I'm just grateful, man. A lot of great things taking place. So, but y'all know, find me, Benji Banks. Find me in my shop, man. I'm always there.
Get them sales.
Adding a makeup artist, trying to get that squared away. Add an esthetician. Add the nail lady in there. Like, it's just all coming together, and I'm love seeing it. So. Y'all know where to find me. Fire Session. Come holler at us. Come pull up on us.
Hi. Yeah. I mean, it's so much inspiration in this episode and with the words that's been shared today, man. If you're not inspired, I don't know what else is going to inspire you, you know what I'm saying, in this world, but find it. Find something that inspires you. Find something that's your why. As we always say, why you exist, why you get up every morning, why you do what you do. Find that, and then you'll find your absolute purpose, and then you'll find out that every day you get up, you'll be excited about that day. You'll be excited about the possibilities. You'll be excited about life in general. So you'll be a better, husband, better wife, better dad, better mom, better child, all that good stuff. And while I'm talking about that, I just want to leave y'all with this. This has nothing to do with today's episode. This is just what Big Ken's gonna leave you with. There's a lot of parents, man, that I have talked to that are struggling with their kids, man, that are struggling with this new age of children. These kids are up against a lot of stuff, which means the parents are up against a lot of new stuff that we have never even discussed or talked about or been taught about. But let me tell you this, you can't parent these kids the same way you were parented, right? You can remix it. You can use some of the principles, but everything ain't going to apply. So you have to practice some patience, and you might have to do your Googles, and you might have to talk to your friends. But it's truly taking a village to raise these kids that are in society right now, because we're coming up against a lot of stuff that we've never seen before, we've never experienced, so we don't know how to deal with it. So don't be afraid, if you're a parent, to ask people around you, to tap somebody on the shoulder that is, at least seems to be doing well with their children. How do you do it? You know what I'm saying? Talk to each other, share that knowledge, just like they were talking about earlier, sharing the knowledge of business with each other and not being gatekeepers. Don't be a gatekeeper. If you know something as a parent, share it with your friends and family members. Don't be offended when somebody says something to you that might be able to help you.
Yeah.
Right? Have an open mind to it, man, because there's so much that we got to learn. And as Benji said earlier, and as Bambada said during the episode, we got to keep learning. You know what I'm saying? The only time you don't learn is when you're dead. And hopefully that's a long way off for all of us. So keep learning and keep loving life. And you know what I'm saying? Just keep exploring, man, and you'll find a lot of great things on a daily basis. So, man, we're going to go ahead and let y'all go. Get back to your amazing lives and you know what I'm saying, your families, man. Y'all be safe out there. We love y'all. Make sure y'all keep tuning in every Tuesday while we live and jump in these comments and let us know what's what, ask questions, you know what I'm saying? Because we appreciate that. We appreciate that feedback and we appreciate that love. So, again, I appreciate Trish Michelle so much. I appreciate Benji so much, y'all. I like to make sure that I let them know that, and I like to make sure I say that in front of the people, because without Benji and Trish Michelle, there is no Fire Session. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all keep tuning in, keep supporting us, keep tapping in with us. Yeah. So yeah, y'all already know Big Ken on Fire everywhere, Fire Session everywhere. Type it in the search bar, hit that like and subscribe, hit that bell notification. We in there like swimwear. All right. We'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.
Deuces.
Thank you for joining us today. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Just search Fire Session.